It's gonna be interesting. I think like there it goes. I think this is the middleweight division. Like the thing is, okay. So the thing is, I got Herb Dean doing this too. I mean, I guess it's like the finale of the prelims, so I guess it's kind of a big deal. And it's a Dana White guy too, so you know Dana White guys have to get the finale of the prelims going. But this is 185. You know what I mean? Like you gotta look really impressive for me to think you got a shot at the title at 185. You know, like you can't just like. They said his name like 3 times. What's his name like? Nichubuki? New Tafan. We'll call him Tafan. Tafan's like good. He's definitely shown to be good, but like he's got a lot. And I know you can say that about any up and comer in the prelims of a fight night, but definitely this one specifically. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between like someone's a good slam. Someone who's clearly like on the rise in the division and someone who's clearly like got a lot of work to do. And that's a division where you can rise really fast. But he hasn't really done anything that makes me like he's not gonna be able to do this on Adesanya. Like Jan Blachowicz struggled to do this for the first 3 rounds. And Jan Blachowicz is like a lot bigger and a lot stronger. And he's looked really good against Rodriguez. Could he do this to like I don't know, like I don't even want to say Robert Whittaker, like Jared Cannonier, Sean Strickland, Luke Rockhold, Uriah Hall. Probably not. Maybe Uriah Hall. But probably not any of those other guys. We'll see. I mean, he's won this round. He hasn't even won this fight. Like, he's you know, Tafan's won this round. He's coming for it. Okay. He went for it right there. That was good, actually, for Rodriguez to get out. Because at least now he's not just going to get beaten down on against the cage anymore. Now he gets to be beaten down on the monster logo. Good leg kick. Good straight left. This is where Rodriguez is better, but he's tired. He's played a lot of defense. He is tired. He just ran into him. Now they're clinching again. That's not where he wins. Yeah, that was a pretty one-sided round. I'm really excited about this tonight, though. I'm really excited, actually, about this event tonight. As the prelims are almost done. We're almost on the main card. Oh, they jump right back in. That's what I like, too, about UFC events. They do not mess around with the commercials like at all. Like any other event, you're gonna need 1,600 commercials. UFC events like all right, back to the action. All right, that was 3 ads. Back to the action. Spann looks really good at the start of the second round. Live reaction. Cause I want that. Let me actually do another one with all of the hashtags. UFC Vegas at nature. Dope. So Tefon has not been able to get him up on. That was like right as I was gonna say that. Right as I was about to say that Tefon's been struggling getting him up on the cage. He got him up on the cage. I mean, I feel like he's won this round as well. I don't like to call like who's winning what round until at least like the halfway spot, but I feel like Tefon's been in control here. He's trying to see let him out though. He hasn't looked as impressive. He has not looked as nearly as impressive as the first round. That's the problem too though with all these Dana guys is like they got a lot of pressure. Like you could tell they're getting that Dana White privilege. You could tell they're getting support and they're getting fights that they should not be getting because they were on the Dana White Contender Series. And they were impressive and he likes them. Like you can tell that that's what's going on. So they end up fighting, a guy like Mike Rodriguez. And you get an even better fight. It's like I have a chance to take out one of Dana's guys. I've been working hard for my shot. He's at 17 fights. Yeah, he's 17 fights to Tefon's 6. So now he's gonna fight a lot harder. Ooh, that was a crazy elbow though. Oh, he shook his head too. Tefon has looked better than Mike Rodriguez. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that like it's the same thing with these Dana White guys every single time. Every single time with these Dana White guys, it's like every single time with these Dana White guys, it's like they're going to be the next big thing. These are the guys. This is from the Dana White Contender Series. Like watch out. And some of them are very impressive, but a lot of them don't ever end up living to the hype. And it's just like this an unnecessary hype train that the Dana White Contender Series has caused, and because it's like trying to be the Ultimate Fighter, but it's like not. And it's super weird, to be honest. Series, like watch out. And some of them are very impressive, but a lot of them don't ever end up living to the hype. And See, Rodriguez is coming in a lot more active. He's coming a lot shortstop. Oh, just swap to the main card. That's fun. Rodriguez looks really good. But he has to know he's down 2 rounds to nothing. So he has to finish this fight, which is not going to be easy because Stefan has shown that he is super tough. He has to keep this away from the clinch. Like, he has to do... It's a weird thing because he has to go all out to try to finish him, but he can't leave himself vulnerable to go to the clinch and to go to the fence again. Like, it's a weird thing. Right, because a lot of times we see guys who just go absolutely bonkers. Oh! I think it was a right hook, big right hook there. Oh my gosh, he just hit him again. That was just a right. I mean, it was like I guess it was like a short right hook. It wasn't like a full-on right hook. It just wasn't like a straight right either. It wasn't like a jab either. It was just like a punch. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. Like, there it is again. Man, he is messing up Mike Rodriguez. Like, Rodriguez had a really good first minute in this round, but like, it has been kind of all Tefan since then. And now they're clinching again. And literally as soon as Rodriguez went for the clinch, got Tefan up on the cage, Tefan was literally like, absolutely not, and reversed it and flipped it. Like, now Mike Rodriguez is on the fence again. Tefan's still trying to finish the fight, which is super cool. That's how you gotta fight, though. Like, but a lot of times too, if you go for the if you fight for the knockout, you don't win the decision. But he's definitely up 2 rounds to nothing. And they keep talking about how like great he's gonna be and how he's like the next bro. This is Mike Rodriguez. Like, he might not be in the UFC in like 6 months. What are we talking about here? I don't know, man. Like, I'm never been a big fan of like the too quick hype trains. Like, I get like some people are cool, some people have great careers, some people are dope, and you want to be like the first person to say, "Oh, this guy was super hype." But it's like only one person can be a champion at a time. I mean, he's definitely won this fight though, and he's definitely looked impressive. But like, if you want to make a big decision, I don't think this is how you do it. I don't think this is how you make a big decision to the UFC. Like, I was somewhat dominant in a unanimous decision against like a relative nobody. Like, this is a division full of. Let me see. There's no other way to sit, bro. This is a division full of. Is there a way to zoom in, do you think? Hello? I kind of like this. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Oh, we got him on the ground now. I kind of like this. I kind of like this. No. No, that's not it. I don't think this is the move. I don't think it's the move. It looks cool though. It's good to know that it does that. I just don't. I don't think a filter is the move. He's a light heavyweight. I thought he was a middleweight this whole time. He's not beating a single light heavyweight in the top 5. Maybe not even in the top 10. I'm trying to think. How do I get? I guess I could lean up. What if we moved it? What if we put it here? What if we put this bitch here? I don't love that either. I kind of don't hate this though. Actually, I'd probably be better if it went the other way. Except for, will it reach? It won't, but it doesn't have to. I'm sorry. I know I woke you up. I'm so sorry. It's the same thing. It needs to be like right here. It's just right here. Like it's literally just on the couch with me. Okay. I kind of fuck with it. Sorry, Inky. Oh, would you calm down? Like I've never moved you on that. I gotta mess around with certain things, Inky. I don't know what works. I gotta know what that is. I feel like the camera angle is so weird. And that's why when people see me, they don't keep watching. Well, I'll find out though. Rock and roll. It just started. It just started. It's still on Mike Rodriguez and Stefan for some reason. Bro, he literally stopped. He just the viewers stopped watching when I stopped hitting the fucking yo. Like, okay. So it's a little funny. I don't hate this angle. Actually, it's like a weird angle, but it's like a good weird. All right. Ten fights in a row. That's exciting, actually. It's big time exciting. The light heavyweight division is just so utterly boring. Like, name the biggest star you can think of in the light heavyweight division after John Jones. Is it Anthony Smith because he's a commentator? Is it Glover Teixeira because he's old? Is it Thiago Santos because he's old? Is it Jury because of his hair? Is it Jan Blachowicz because he looks like the Rocky villain? Like, the light heavyweight division needs something to be excited about. Because right now, everybody talks about is just the lack of John Jones, which is the worst thing you can talk about for a division. Like, the lightweights don't talk about that. Like, the lightweights kind of talk about that. Like, lightweights are kind of like, we would all be able to beat up Khabib. Everybody in light heavyweights, like, John Jones, because there's nothing else to talk about. There's nothing else to talk about. And it's just... Where did my phone go? Where did my phone go? Does anybody see my phone? Is it down here? Is it in my laptop? Hey Siri. Hey Google, call my phone. Okay. I feel like. What are the odds on this one? Christoph Giagos is a plus 550 underdog. That's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot. Plus 550 is kind of a lot. I did that. I think I'm going to do that. I'm betting on him. I put 65 cents on my guy. Chris, where's my guy? Krishan. I'm going to take a screenshot of this too. We'll see how that goes. Look at this. Is this just like whole night gonna be Dana White, guys? Because you know, I guess I'm not. It's not the worst thing ever. It's better than like people from absolutely nowhere. It's better than like actually watching the Dana White Contender Series. That was a crazy kick. Oh my gosh, I gotta watch that six. Oh my goodness gracious. So we got Joaquin Buckley versus Antonio Raro. Antonio Raro is the plus 155 betting underdog. So it's you know, I don't really think he's gonna do so. Okay, Joaquin Buckley is plus 110 to win by knockout, TKO, or DQ. That feels like the most logical bet, but if you want to just guarantee money, Joaquin Buckley could be the move. Antonio Arroyo doesn't look super duper terrible, like he's gonna lose this fight, but I would be surprised if he was victorious. Granted, I just bet on Christos Giagos, so what do I really know? Anything can happen, okay? Anything. We've seen crazier things than an unranked guy who has absolutely no business fighting someone ranked in a division beating someone who's ranked. We've seen crazier things. It's interesting too because these are not those guys. No, not those guys. It's not that. It's this one. It's intriguing. We got 6'3" to 5'10". We've got 185, 186, 76 inches. That's so wild to me. That some people can be like 5'10" with 76 reach advantage. It was 76 inches in reach. Like, how does he have 3 inches on reach, but he's 5 inches shorter? That's not how like reach is supposed to work. 4.5 really, as far as significant strike landing power. Accuracy, yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot less. So that's going to be like the main thing that this is going to be. It's going to be whether or not Aurora is going to be able to survive the onslaught. Granted, he got 41% takedown accuracy. Very low submission average. It's probably going to stay on the feet though. It will probably stay on the feet, but dude's got. How does he have a reach advantage and he's 5 inches shorter? Like they highlighted the height. Isn't the whole point of him being taller like because he has reach advantage? Like, in which situation would you rather be taller but have the shorter of the two sets of arms? But like, I feel like in every circumstance, you'd rather have the better reach instead of being taller. Taller does nothing. If anything, taller makes you worse in a fight. That's not true. It depends on what kind of fight it is. I think usually wrestlers are worse if they're taller. But like just overall fist fighters, like you'd rather have the reach. I guess he has the high ground because he's 5 inches taller. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we're about to see a crazy knockout. I'm not confident enough to bet on it. Mark Smith. Something crazy always happens when Mark Smith is in charge. I swear, here's a useless ring girl. Bet. So the event is officially underway. I am super duper excited. Joaquin Buckley versus Antonio Royal. Yeah, Buckley's already using his reach advantage. Aurora's definitely fighting on his back foot. He's definitely the less aggressive fighter early, but it's been 20 seconds. So, I mean, you don't want to jump the gun too early on how a fight's going to go. But, you got 6 seconds to make a first impression, or like 15 seconds or something like that. And it's been 30 seconds. So, regardless of what the saying is, he's gonna have to be ready. He's gonna have to be ready with the high blocks. Okay. He threw his own head kick. I respect it. That is where the height advantage comes into effect. The fact that he's taller means his legs are longer. Oh, whoa, we rocked him. Oh, goodness. Or did he stumble? Did he just trip? Feels like he just tripped. Like, it looked like he rocked him, but I think he just tripped. There's nothing wrong with that. Ooh, he was thinking about it. He thought about that with a little spin. Oh, he caught it. I feel like it didn't land though because he caught it, but I couldn't tell because the camera angle was behind his head. So I actually just kind of missed what exactly happened. Oh my goodness. It's weird. Like they're still kind of feeling each other out, it feels like. But I guess it's only been half of a round. So there's still plenty of time. Like, oh my gosh. I feel like Buckley has taken a lot of unnecessary shots. Like he's moved and like Arroyo has fought very smart. Oh, nut shot. Told you, bro. I knew. Oh my goodness. Every time Mark Smith refs, something crazy like this happens. Every time Mark Smith refs. Oh, Smooth. Mark Smooth is actually a cool name. Is the ref. I swear every single time. Alright, we're back in it. Back in the saddle again. Arroyo's mad, so he kicked the bottom of Buckley's calf. He went for the head, missed the head. Buckley's swinging. It's pretty wild. It's kind of wild watching someone fight with a 5-inch height disadvantage, but a 3-inch reach advantage. Like, it's pretty wild. He looks like a cartoon character. Like, I'm not like in a mean way. I don't mean that in like a mean way. I mean that in like a funny way. You know, he looks like a funny little cartoon. Like, not like in a mean way. You can look very impressive and look like a cartoon. There's nothing wrong with looking like a cartoon. There's nothing wrong with having a 76-inch reach advantage, being 5'10", and looking like a cartoon. You know, this doesn't make you less of a man. Doesn't make you less of a person. It's just you look a little funny. That's all. There's nothing wrong with funny. There's nothing wrong with funny. There are a lot of. I would love to look like Danny Phantom, like with the gray hair and like he can turn into a ghost. I would love to look like that. Cartoons are cool, man. Cartoons are cool. What was I doing? I don't remember. I gotta get the chat up on my phone. What charges my phone? 70%. Oh, he's rocked him. I look away for 2 seconds. I look away for two. I have the worst luck with that. I swear to goodness. Every time something happens in an MMA fight that I'm watching, it's when I look and I come back and something happens. He might have just tripped again. He tripped before. Arroyo is really throwing them head kicks. I think he's throwing like 15. That feels like a lot. 12. We'll say 12 head kicks. And he's been pretty efficient. He shot. Buckley shot. Kinda got it. Does that count? How do takedowns work? Like, okay, so like in football, if you try to tackle them and their elbow hits the ground or like their knees hit the ground, then they're down. But in like MMA, that's a takedown. That's not a takedown. That was close because he like hit his knees and popped right back up. Feels like that's not a takedown. Like if I'm a judge, I should become a judge, to be honest. But if I'm a judge in the UFC, I don't count that as a takedown. Buckley, I don't know, too, because like Buckley looked good at times, but I don't think he really looked like the better fight. I think I actually would give that to Arroyo. I would give that to Arroyo, actually, only because he was a little bit more active and he landed more significant strikes. But honestly, it was pretty close. Like, overall, how do you spell Arroyo? I've been looking at his name this whole time. Arroyo 10, Buckley 9. Overall, and that honestly, that round could have gone either way. That round, it's right there on the screen too, could have gone like to Buckley as well. Buckley was a lot more active at the start of the round. I just felt like Arroyo was more accurate. Arroyo was more of an accurate fighter. Buckley was more of a I'm just going to hit you as many times as I can fighter. Like, oh, he's really more active now. It looks so weird because of Buckley's cartoonish body when he throws a head kick. Like, why do you have a 3-inch reach? I'm not over this yet. He has a 3-inch reach advantage, and he's 5 inches shorter. He looks like a character on Nickelodeon. Oh, wow, that hurt. That hit, that stung him. Arroyo did not like that. He's still feeling that. You can see it in his face. You see this little, he's like doing this with his eye. He got hit on the other side of his face, which is weird, but I just don't understand what it is going on with. I mean, some people are just like that. Like LeBron James, I think, has like a 6-inch larger reach than he's supposed to. I have no idea. I like the leg kicks from Arroyo. Arroyo keeps throwing the body kick and the head kick. Like, he just keeps throwing it, and then that's the only advantage, physically speaking, he has. I mean, Buckley looks stronger. Buckley's got a longer reach, but Arroyo's legs are just longer, and he's usually using that to his advantage. And he hasn't really been throwing a lot either. Like, of punches. He's been throwing a lot of leg kicks, and mostly head kicks and body kicks. And he's been really effective with the body kick because sometimes Buckley level chains to throw at the body, like to throw a fist at the, like to throw a hook at the body. And when he's been doing that, that hurt him. When he's been doing that, Arroyo's been throwing body kicks and it's been hitting Buckley's head. Bro, Mark Smith is always doing the most. Mark Smith is always doing the most when he refs fights. I mean, listen, he's a professional. I'm not saying I could do a better job than Mark Smith. I'm just saying that, like, I bet you if you look in the history of, like, eye pokes and, like, nut shots, number one would be Herb Dean, because Herb Dean has reffed a bunch of UFC fights for, like, no reason. Like, there's enough. I mean, Herb Dean's a GOAT for sure, but he doesn't need to be reffing every fight. Like, he was just reffing the last fight. But number two would be Mark Smith. Buckley needs to stop shooting. He got him up on the clinch, though. You see if he do anything on the cage. If he can keep him here and stay more active, I think he wins this round. Because he might be down a round. But he came out pretty strong, like he knew he was down a round. And I feel like he's been winning the round up until this point. But he just got switched. Arroyo just swept him. Arroyo's good, not great at takedowns. I don't think Arroyo has any interest in taking the fight to the ground either. I don't think Arroyo has thrown a punch. Oh, he just threw one. He did like a little. Oh, okay, he just threw a jab. He must have heard me. He must have heard me from all the way out there in Vegas. He must have heard me. Because Buckley's definitely mixed it up. Like, he's shot for a couple takedowns. He's putting him up on the clinch. So he's been the more... Oh, was that a question mark kick? I don't know if a question mark kick works on someone shorter than you. Do they have to be the same height? I feel like they have to be the same height. Is it Arroyo? I really hope it's Arroyo. I really hope that's how you say that guy's name. Because I've been saying it Arroyo the entire night. And, like, I don't know. I know it's Buckley, that's for sure. Because it looks like Buckley, right? And this is usually what you end up talking about during the first fight. This is even... Oh! Ah! I like fighters who swing for fences. I like fighters who swing for the fences. You threw the knee. It didn't work. But you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky. So you know what, Arroyo is clearly a Wayne Gretzky fan because he took that shot for sure. Yeah, and unfortunately too, Buckley turned this into having Arroyo backed up against the cage. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for the single leg. Why does he keep trying to take him down? Is it because Arroyo is taller? It hasn't been working. Whenever they separate with 20 seconds or less left, it always is wild. Except for in this fight. This fight's been kind of dull. I'm not going to lie. This fight's been kind of dull. It's had its moments, for sure. It's had its moments, but, like, it feels like they're both feeling each other out still. And I am not really quite sure as to why. Just for funsies and onesies, though, I'm going to say Buckley won that. Like, I would be that kind of judge for sure. Like, if I thought it was a close fight, regardless of who I give the first round to, if it still looked just as close, I would just give the second round to the other person. Like, I don't know if that's, like, the right thing to do. It certainly doesn't sound like it. But at the end of the day, like, if neither rounds were obviously won by either fighter, then I don't want, like, one fighter to dominate round 3. But because a fighter... Okay, because think about this. Fighter A barely wins round 1 and barely wins round 2. Fighter B dominates round 3. Who really won the fight? Fighter B. Right? So I wouldn't want to jeopardize someone's chances of winning by like giving them a push. Oh, he felt that. He felt that knee. He did feel that knee, actually. That was actually a pretty brazy knee. But I wouldn't want to give a fight to the wrong fighter because I gave, a certain fighter pushes. You know what I mean? Like a push, like it's a flip a coin. Who did you, both fighters were really so close, just flip a coin, and that's who decided to win. That's basically a push. Like, this could definitely be 1-1. This could definitely be 2-0 either way. So I'd rather it be 1-1, if that makes sense. And Buckley's been more active again at the start of the round, but he's definitely slowed down a little bit. And Arroyo's actually starting to apply a lot more pressure now. And I think both fighters know that they could be up 2-0, or they could be tied 1-1, or they could be down 2-0. So we should see something crazy. Buckley shot for another takedown. I would also... Oh. Oh, okay. Arroyo's trying to finish the fight. Oh, he got out. Buckley got out. That was a crazy submission attempt. He might have just used a submission attempt to escape, because Arroyo's made no indication that he wants to go to the ground. And Buckley shot for 3 takedowns and failed every single time. That time more gloriously. Each time more gloriously than the last. Each time more gloriously than the last, he has failed. I'm so glad I did not bet on Buckley finishing this via knockout, because I do not think TKO knockout's coming. Right as I say that, he goes in. Right as I say that, he goes to finish the fight. It's just still... I think he's winning this round, though. I do think he's winning this round, but if I was a judge, and we're going back to me being a judge, if I was a judge, I would definitely weigh in the inability to take people down. Like, if you can't take somebody down, then that shows to me that you're not the better fighter. Right? Like, another fighter doesn't have to show that they can take you down, so, like, that's just how I would judge. I feel like that should be a factor, you know, because there's sort of like eye test thing when it comes to judging. He really likes throwing those knees. Oh! That was crazy. That was freaking crazy. Hold up. No. Was it the right? Did the right hit clip the back of his head? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. So the right kind of clipped the back of his head. I just don't know why Arroyo kept throwing those knees. Like, Arroyo literally kept throwing those knees. Like, every chance that he got, he was like, knee, 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 knee. Bro, I'd rather have it on the screen. I decided to add the chat. Alright, bro. This guy, Mark Rymedy. This guy, Mark Rymedy. Buckley, my word. Dude was losing almost the whole way, sporting a nasty hematoma, whatever, the lump on his head. Knocks out knocks Arroyo out in the third with punches. Wild stuff. Like, who are you? like, what were you watching? What fight were you watching? There's no way you were watching the same fight I was watching. That could have been 2-0 Buckley. That could have been a 2-0 Buckley fight. Buckley was more active. Buckley did more than just throw knees and elbows and kicks and legs, and Buckley did a lot more. You could argue Buckley won all 3 rounds. And to say that, like, I had Buckley winning that last round. I didn't think Buckley needed to finish it. I didn't know it was Spanish Heritage Month. I really should know that too. Like, what division was that? I don't even know what division they were in. Middle. Like, that was a fun fight for sure, but like, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Those guys kind of suck. Like, one guy literally said the guy he just beat, like, in his winning speech, he said, "You got to keep this other guy that I just beat because he's almost out of the UFC." Forgot about doing the pool. I gotta do the pool. All right, we're gonna do the pool live here on stream. Anthony Smith, winner via decision. Yes. Sure. Will there be any takedowns? Anthony will have more takedowns. Anthony will have more snitch tries. Anthony will attempt a submission. Fight will wrong via decision. I don't actually think that's gonna happen, but I like to always do the pool the opposite of how I think. That way I'm covered on all bases. Bantamweight is another crazy division. Bantamweight has Sean O'Malley, Dominic Cruz, Frankie Edgar, Corey Sandhagen, Pedro Munoz, Miles Morales, Jose Aldo, TJ Dillashaw. I'm missing someone too. Aljamain Sterling and Peter Yan. Like that's who that's top of that division. Like there's so many bantamweights, and then there's also Ricky Turcos and probably Brady Heidsten as well. I would be very surprised if Brady Heidsten didn't also get a contract. Like Turcos is the Ultimate Fighter, but I could definitely see. Ricky Turco or Brady Heisen also getting a contract. And potentially even being more successful in the UFC than Ricky Turco. I think Ricky Turco I just want Ricky to be in the UFC so I can see him and watch him evolve, and he's just a crazy fighter. I don't think he can actually win a championship. But that's the thing, like, there's so many amazing bantamweight fighters. Like, some divisions, like light heavyweights, top 15 is kind of like 4 or 5 or 3 really good fighters, and then like 12 to 13 like not so good fighters. Bantamweight, there's like 20 really good bantamweights. Like, bantamweight has good unranked fighters, as well as all of the ranked fighters are really good. So we got Nate Maness, Tony Gravely, don't know, don't care. We have 5'10" to 5'5". 5-inch height advantage. Bantamweights, I feel like, has a lot of those. Like, random guys who are just obnoxiously tall, too. Both 135. 3-inch reach advantage for Maness. Gravy's better at landing significant. Lands better significant strikes. Maness is better at landing them. He's also connected on 2. He connects on every 2 of his 3 takedown attempts. Gravely connects on half of them. And he shoots a lot. He shoots a lot. 6'11" takedown average. That's kind of a lot. Right, Maness' numbers might just be high because he's had 14 fights. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just excited for that the fight card finally started. Like, why have 6 fights on a fight night after you already do the regular prelims? Like, if you didn't do prelims, sure, but why have 6 fights? We missed an entrance. We missed a walk up. I figured it was taking a long time to come back. That's okay. I hit the wrong button. That's okay. Hashtag see Vegas. We missed both the walk ups. Don't forget to, while you're here, to check out my video on the prediction between the main event. Main event, super excited. Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. We have this dude's name is Superman Spann. What a name. What an absolute name. Like, not like that's his nickname. That's his Twitter handle. Champion. Absolute champion. Mine's at capital THETONNOR, capital PENA, capital S, capital S. Like the Connor SS. It's not exciting. It's so hard to find Anthony Smith because he's such a generic name. Alright, I don't have time for this. Bet we're jumping right back into it. Brock, he looks so much bigger than him. Manus looks so much bigger than him in every way, shape, or form. Excuse me. It's Gravely. It's not Gravely, it's Gravely. Confirmed. Well, that's what Michael Bisping said, and I don't think Michael Bisping would say it wrong. That was a crazy knee. Oh, wow. Manus is coming in hot. Manus kind of looks like a string bean. Like, Manus looks really skinny. It's Manus. It's Manus and Gravely, not Manus and Gravely. Terrible takedown shot. Manus has, like, low-key has a lot of strength. Like, you can't really see it because of his chicken legs. Because he's so skinny. But, like, he is actually really strong. Like, he's probably the strongest person with chicken legs maybe in existence. Right? Like, I feel like a lot of people that have chicken legs usually are just weak. He's probably pretty strong. Gravely's got good head movement for sure. Like, he has been dodging jabs. Like, you don't usually see UFC fighters dodge jabs. Like, you have to be honest. You don't usually see mixed martial artists dodge jabs. Ooh. I think the thing is, too, with Manus is, like, Gravely has got to stop shooting for takedowns. Oh, we still got it. Wait, maybe not. Hey, he got the takedown. Right as I was saying that. Look, he must have heard me. Oh, he's going for a choke. I don't think he's got it. And he's working his way in. He doesn't have it fully yet, but he's definitely going for the choke. He doesn't have the best position, and he's out of it. Manus is out of it, and he flipped him. He's still holding on to that neck, though. And he's no longer holding on to that neck. That was good use by Manus to get out of it, score a takedown, and then stand right back up. But he's still up against his cage. Gravely really wants to take him down. And I just don't think that's the move. I don't think that's the move, right? Like, I like the foot stomp technique. I've seen a lot of people where they just step on the foot. I really like it. I don't know why Gravely is so committed to taking down Manus. Like, did Manus tweet at him, like, bet you can't take me down? Like, like I felt like he was doing fine on the feet. Like standing up. I feel like he's going to shoot again. Like, I get he has the reach advantage. That could be why. Right? He's got a humongous reach advantage. He's a lot taller. But you're not doing anything. You're just pushing him against the cage. You're TJ Dillashawing him. You know what I mean? Like, you're not TJ Dillashaw. Oh, good right. He might. This is some next level stuff here, but he might be just throwing a bunch of takedowns at him, so he can threaten the takedown later, right? Or they might just make the adjustment to make him do that. That could be it as well. I think that actually could be really smart if they switch and like, hey, I look away, bro. I swear. Every time I look away, I was like, all right, there's 5 seconds left in the round. They're just gonna throw little jabs back and forth, and everything will be fine. Well, I mean, okay, Gravely definitely won that fight. After that, oh, Manus is lucky this isn't boxing. In boxing, you cannot be saved by the bell. Boxing, he loses that. Manus looks fine. He looks like he's cool. We're gonna find out in a second here. Yeah, he's not good. He's not good. He's not good. He. I don't think he can take another one. His head cannot take one more big hit. His head takes one more big hit, and this fight will be over. Oh my gosh, Gravely barely hit with a left hand that got blocked. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Bro, get out of the clinch. If you don't let him go and start headhunting. Oh, good elbow. Manus is just not looking good. And like I don't understand what Gravely is doing. Like he's not. This is the most frustrating thing that fighters do is that they refuse to change how they're fighting regardless of how the fight's going. Like if he lands one big shot, like not even big, if he just lands a shot on Manus' head, he wins the fight. But now he looks tired because he spent so much time grappling him. He shot for another takedown. How many takedowns are you going to shoot for? How many takedowns is he going to shoot for? Oh! I am flabbergasted. I am also check me out. I'm on stream right now. I am flabbergasted. Why did Gravely shoot for so many takedowns? If he spends the first minute and a half just trying to finish Manus without going to the clinch, and spends the next 30 or doesn't spend the next 30 seconds shooting for a takedown and wasting all of his energy so he loses to a shot like that? I don't know, man. I'm flabbergasted. I am also check me out. I'm on stream right now. I am flabbergasted. Why did Gravely shoot for so many Like, if you get a takedown, this is the biggest thing this is the biggest mistake that mixed martial arts artists make, to be honest. If you're good at getting takedowns, then get your takedowns. If you Why is Conor McGregor trending? If you if you have shot 6 times for takedowns and you haven't gotten a single takedown, what exactly is it that you're doing? Shooting for another takedown. Like after I feel like the third takedown attempt, I feel like everybody should collectively agree you're probably not going to get another takedown. It takes energy. It takes so much energy to shoot and miss on a takedown. It takes so much energy. This isn't like this isn't the problem is too like this isn't the sport to be fighting like that. This isn't the sport to be fighting like pridefully or like smartly or not smartly or just like that's the thing too about wrestling like in a mixed martial arts fight is you have other tools. You have other things you can go with. And the thing is too, like I get it if you're desperate for the takedown, if you're not being able to stand up with him and strike him. Like I hope that people see that like that was not really like Manus fought really well, but that was really more about Gravely not fighting super well. That was what that fight was about. I think the issue with the Dana White Contender Series, I think Dana White is trying to make a champion from the Dana White Contender Series, and like, it's just really bad for the sport. I actually genuinely think the Dana White Contender Series is bad for the sport because it's getting people who don't deserve a shot because they're from the Dana White Contender Series. I think Dana is literally just throwing as many people as possible into the fire pit because they're from the Dana White Contender Series. Like, if he was treating these guys like regular fighters that had a UFC contract, it would be different, but he's not. Right? He's treating these fighters like they're like significantly better than like than what they are. I don't know. I'm just still like Ryan Spann is a cool guy. I pick Ryan Spann to win because I just enjoy chaos. But like, he didn't deserve this fight. He didn't deserve this fight at all. Anthony Smith's last 3 losses are to Glover Teixeira, Jan Blachowicz, and John Jones. And he's won 3 fights since his fight with John Jones. So in his last 6 fights, he's 3-3, with his only 3 losses coming to just the best fighters in the division. Ryan Spann is his best fighter that he's ever even fought. Is ranked 13th. But he got this shot because he's in the Dana White Contender Series. I don't know. Next, we have Arman Tsaroukian. Oh, this is the fight I bet on. Gotta sit up for this one. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh no, I'm not ready to watch this fight. Oh no. Okay. Arman, excuse me. Tsaroukian is 5'7". They're both 155. He's only an inch taller. Or he has only an inch reach advantage, and he's 3 inches shorter. Right? He's better at landing significant strikes. He's more accurate at landing significant. He has more accurate significant strikes, but he throws the same amount of takedowns as Christos, and he is 35%, where Christos is 41%. So, I think we know how this is gonna go. Christos is a plus 550 underdog. Christos is a plus 550 underdog. Oh yeah, I was gonna check the betting odds. This is exciting. I will say this, I bet 65 cents that he'd win. I had 65 cents in my DraftKings account, and I figured, why not? Like, why not just throw it at something? Oh, those are pools. I want to be in the pool. I might cash out if he starts winning the fight. But I think we just ride or die. I think we just ride or die at this point. With Christos Gigiagos. What a man. R.I.P. Carlos Condon's career. Like literally, he was retired. That wasn't a meme. He's actually retired. I never really followed him too much. You can't like follow everyone, I think. But dude's a goat. One of the goats. Not like goats as like top 20. Probably like top 50 though. Champion too. Dude's amazing actually. Honestly might be one of the goats. And Joseph Benavidez. I just remember that too. Like, I don't know. It's hard because you don't really remember them 100% for their high. You love to remember them for just their highlight reels, like they're Michael Jordan, but not everybody is that great. Not everybody's George St. Pierre. Not everybody's Khabib, and they just like walk off way too early, right? And like GSP didn't walk off too early, but like we saw Joseph Benavidez age. We saw Carlos Conduit age, and it was a little weird for the mystique, but still definitely two of the goats in their own division for sure, divisions. But I think like when it comes to just like legacy, it's unfortunate because in this arena you have a tough time where like you have the situation where like you end up a lot of times you end up having to try very very hard to you have to try very very hard to leave at the right moment. And I think that Carlos Conduit did not. Joseph Benitez kind of did, but they both went on a little longer, and then that's gonna happen. Like I think like probably 90%, 80 to 90% of fighters are going to last too long, not leave too early, right? Because it's how it is. Like even fighters like Ronda Rousey. You could say like Ronda Rousey left too early because she literally lost the belt in a surprise loss, and she lost to Amanda Nunes. Like most fighters in women's bantamweight don't lose to only Holly Holm and Amanda Nunes and then retire. So you could argue she retired too early, but I think a lot of people are like, nah, I think the division just caught up with her. I think she retired too late. Like Conor McGregor, Tony Ferguson, Anderson Silva. GSP, this could be why GSP is the GOAT too. And Amanda Nunes could be on this situation as well. And honestly, John Jones could be too, because John Jones, we haven't seen him lose yet, right? Where they like retired at the right time. Amanda Nunes has obviously shown no signs of retiring. But like, GSP retired at the right time. GSP fought for a little bit longer, and then retired. That's the right time. Whereas like John Jones probably should have kept fighting if he is retired, which I don't know if he is. But that's a horse of a different color. I'm doing a really good job of filler. I don't know why it is taking so long to get these fights going. We have 4 more fights still because there were 6 fights, and I'm still not over how ridiculous that is. I think girls are up next. Yeah, I'm pretty confident girls are up next. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sharing it to Twitter again. I'll share it to Facebook during the main event. Yagos is 7 years older. Why did no one tell me he was 7 years older? Here we go. 65 cents. Cross your fingers, cross your toes. If I win this, I will say this. If I win this, I will win $4.22, which is a net profit of $3.57. So I bet 65 cents and I could win $3.65. I bet 65, I win $3. Well, not literally, but very close to literally. And here he is again, the man, the myth, the legend, Herb Dean is once again doing this fight. Here we go. Upset City, Vegas. Let's get Giagos Tsarakuan is ranked 14th. Giagos is backed up on the cage, but that's okay. That's where he likes to fight. Bro, what is this guy's first name? Arman. That's the one we're going with. Arman is definitely applying more pressure. Arman is definitely being the more strategic fighter. No fighter's really throwing anything. Oh, that was a really good combination for Arman. Really good head kick for Arman. It was blocked, though. It's checked by Giagos. But the arm up, so it's all good. Here we go. Ooh, see, he dodged the whack jab that he had just now, so that's good. Are we shot? Giagos shot. Oh! Or no, excuse me. Arman shot. Giagos flipped it. But Arman is really good on his back, holding him down. But Giagos looks like he's about to get into full mount, but we got Arman's got... He had his feet on him, but now Giagos is full mount. And he's pushed him up against the cage. Like, it's so weird because Giagos's on top and almost full mount, but it feels like he's not in control. So they're staying here in the clinch. Good elbow from Giagos. Good left from Arman. Giagos is more confident after that, which might be a negative. Giagos' feet are skidding all over the octagon, and it's kind of hard to watch. Arman is definitely the more technical fighter, but that doesn't... Oh, there goes 65 cents. Oh, he's good. He's good. He's got his hands up. He's walking back up. He's defending himself. Herb, stay away. Stay away, Herb. Yeah, no, that makes sense. $0.65 down the drain. I'm never getting those 65 cents back. I think about all the things you could spend on 65 cents on. That's 65 rides on a little pony in Meyer. That felt like we just witnessed assault. That felt like we just watched somebody illegally hurt someone else. I will be right back. You can't see the Chael Sonnen show on YouTube because he already has one. He's ranked 14th in the lightweight division. I don't really. I mean, this was kind of like super one sided. He wants the top 5 guy. I mean, there's a lot of guys here. He's what's their name? So he called out Dan Hooker. I actually kind of like that. That's a very like Dan Hooker becomes a journeyman if he loses that fight type fight. Like Dan Hooker, for like a brief moment, was like a top 5 fighter in the lightweight division. Then like Khabib showed up and like Gaethje and Poirier are better, and it's just like. Then he fought Michael Chandler, and he was kind of the one that put Michael Chandler on the map. If Dan Hooker beats this guy, then it's like, okay, so you still belong in the top 10. And Armand's probably not that good. But, like, if Dan Hooker loses there, I think he's a journeyman. You know what I mean? Like, he's the new Cerrone. And Cerrone is still Cerrone. That's what's crazy. She's 7-0. What division is this? Flyweight? That's Shevchenko? That's Shevchenko, right? Yeah. That's Shevchenko's division. I mean, I think that division is so wide open at this point. Like, where is Ariana even ranked? I don't even know if Ariana's ranked. Yeah, Ariana's not even ranked. So, like, if Mandy Bohm wins over Ariane, she probably gets a fight against somebody ranked next. If that person's ranked high enough, then she might just jump all of the. Because, like, okay. Here's who Shevchenko has beaten already in the top 10. She fights Lauren Murphy coming up soon. She's beaten Jessica Andrade. She's beaten. How do you say the girl's name? Jennifer Maya. She's beaten Caitlin Chukakaigian. I think I butchered that last name. She's beaten. Oh, that chick's not even ranked anymore. She's ranked, right? Jessica I. Beaten Jessica I already. She beat Joanna a long time ago. Joanna's not even in that division anymore. And then she lost to Nunes. She beat Juliana Pena. This was when she beat Holly Holm. So I'm sure they're fine throwing this Mandy Bone chick to the wall. I remember Andrea Lee looked really impressive in the fight that I last saw her in, but that felt like a long time ago. It was May. I know. Yeah, May. That wasn't that long ago. Feels like it's so long ago. They're doing a they're doing something for the makeup woman who died. So that's very, very sad. Weird timing too. Cause like Khabib just said that this part of the entire UFC is useless, and it caused a humongous uproar. I mean, she like did makeup for fighters as well, like male fighters. Like makeup is not just like a woman's thing. It's just like women wear makeup more, so it gets known as a woman's thing, but like everybody wears makeup. Women just wear makeup in public. Men usually wear makeup on TV. Susie Frinton. She died of cancer. I don't know which cancer she had. She died of cancer though. Very upsetting. But anyway, this division is wide open for the taking of number one contender. Like, okay, so maybe Lauren Murphy shocks the world next Saturday and beats Valentina. What are the odds on that, actually? Because I remember Megan Anderson, who was Amanda Nunes' last fight. That was plus 750. That's so next Saturday. Dan Hooker is already fighting next week, so that's gonna be interesting. Andrade is fighting again next Saturday. That's cool. I forgot Rosenstruck versus Blades is on that next one. They have Rosenstruck as plus 245. It's interesting. We'll talk about that next week for sure on the show. Valentina Shevchenko is a minus 1375 favorite. Lauren Murphy is plus 800. If you bet $100, you get $900. What? If Lauren Murphy, I don't even think Holly Holm was that big of an underdog when she won. That's like the biggest upset of all time if Lauren Murphy pulls that off. I think. Let's see. So we got 3 of the biggest underdog bets in UFC history. Holly Holm or Ronda Rousey, 11-1. I wish they showed different odds. That looked weird the way they did that. What about Tapology? Tapology looks like a winner. Yeah. Okay, so Holm was a plus 830. Holm was a plus 830. What order is this in? Oh, the first fighter. Dobson was a plus 950. Matt Serra was a plus 850. I didn't know what was going on back then. Let me see. Guess where's it by date? Oh, Dobson. That was recently, too. That was a fight night of last August. And then Worthy versus Smith. I'm trying to see if another fight from the last few years that matters. Cause like I don't know, like it's kind of hard to predict fights for the prelims. Cause you don't know how good someone's really gonna fight until they're fighting on a main card or in the. I don't. I just feel like some fighters like fight better on fight nights than they would just like in at the start of a fight night than like in the middle of the fight night. I will say this though: if Lauren Murphy, which was the point of why we came here, if Lauren Murphy is able to pull this off, she would be the fourth biggest underdog, and Shevchenko would be the third biggest favorite to lose. Lauren Murphy would be the fourth biggest underdog to win ever in UFC history, and Valentina Shevchenko would be the third biggest favorite ever to lose. And I'm going to be honest, it's not going to happen. There's I don't want to say 0% chance, but however close to zero you can get without it actually being 0% chance that Lauren Murphy beats Valentina Shevchenko. But maybe this Mandy Bowen chick can do it. Right, like that's what this division is. Because I believe the next two fights are both light heavyweights. Yes. So the next two fights, we're just gonna be talking about John Jones the entire time, right? But this division's in a weird spot because it's like Valentina Shevchenko versus Nunes makes no sense. No, Shevchenko, and the thing is too, she moves to a different weight class. It's like, I mean, she hasn't beaten Rose Namajunas. She hasn't beaten Wei Lee. She's beaten Joanna already though. She's fought Nunes twice and lost twice. You don't usually get a trilogy if it's two losses. She beat Misha Tate. She beat Holly Holm. I don't really know what else she needs to do at bantamweight, Shevchenko. But like fighting as a minus 1325 is not the move. I guess we can look at the tail of the tape a little bit. I mean, there's no stats on Mandy Bone in the UFC because she's not in. It's her eighth fight mixed martial arts ever, but she's 1 inch taller and she's 4 inches in reach. Unbeaten goes usually one of two ways. Either they remain unbeaten in a very confident fashion, or they are no longer unbeaten. Those Brazilians, man, they fight differently than everybody else. I don't know what's going on in Brazil. Mark Smith! Mark Smith is back. It's his last fight of the evening. You already know, Mark. Something wild's going to happen. It's Mark Smith. Wow, they came out swinging fast. They didn't even feel each other out a little bit. It's been 10 seconds. It's been 10 seconds, and two of them are they both already thrown a bunch of punches and kicks, leg kicks, high kicks, body punches, body shots, left jabs, right jabs. They're both orthodox. Obviously, neither one of them can fight Shevchenko, but like, can either one of them look impressive enough to where if the chips fall the right way, they could beat Shevchenko? Possibly. Oh, what a takedown by Lipski. Okay, so Bone's staying with it though a little bit. She's on the ground now. She's on her back now. Don't think that's exactly. She's doing a good-ish job of keeping Lipski from going to side control and keeping her from full mount. But like good-ish is the key word there because like she's not doing a great job. Like Lipski's definitely able to get out, but Bone's doing just enough to where Lipski can't really do a lot of damage. That's a good takedown though. Like this is an example of a good time to go for a takedown. Like when you get one. Like I think some fighters just make it too complicated. It's like Barry Benson from B movie. Like maybe this time. It's like no, it's not how it works. Window's not gonna open. Lipski's got really good defense down here, but it looks like she's just waiting for Mark Smith to pull Bone up, and I just don't see Mark Smith doing that. Mark Smith is definitely a guy who just like will watch this be like this. That was a good elbow. She's got to get to full mount. Lipski's got to get to full. I mean, I guess she's winning the fight here. She's just laying on top of her. Bone's not doing anything on the bottom except for just staying on the bottom. And Lipski's just kind of like for how this fight started, it's at a weird spot right now. But I think that's just more about like I think Bones just got to like use her technique to get up, which she just did. She just did. Like I felt like Bone was better. Bone's better on the ground. I felt like at least her technique, at least from her back, looked really impressive. So use that to get back up because I don't think Mark Smith is chilling. Mark Smith is a chilling ref. He he always looks very intense, but he's usually just big chilling back there. And this fight is slowed way down, but that's okay. This is like a normal tempo. Like where they came in at was brazy, absolutely crazy. Right now Lipski's winning the fight though. Lipski's been more aggressive even before the takedown, and then she was more aggressive after the takedown. She was more aggressive on the way up from the takedown even. Good high kick. Oh, good left. Bone win for the clinch again. And now it looked like she was going for a takedown, but she couldn't get it. She's going for a different way now. I swear they fight differently in Brazil, man. She caught the knee. Bone threw a knee in the clinch, and Lipski caught it. Like, these aren't even like that good of fighters. Like in not that great of a division. But she just did something crazy. Cause she's Brazilian, I'm trying to tell you. So she flipped it now. She's got Bone up against the cage in the clinch. Does the nut shot thing still apply to women? I don't actually know that. I don't actually know that rule. I would assume so, but I don't actually know. It's not like pleasant for women to get hit there, by the way. Like it's not like you just like, yeah, hit me there. You know, it's like no. It still hurts, obviously. I just don't think it hurts as much. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not a woman. I've never been hit there as a woman, so I don't know. But yeah, Lipski definitely won this round. Bone did a good job of like surviving and like not having it be a 10-8 round. I will say that. But I would definitely say 10-9 in favor of Lipski. I'm not looking away. I looked away one time and I almost saw the end. I almost missed the end of a fight. Lipski 10. Bone. Boom. Not bong. 9. 10-9 for sure. Like I said, like, Bone did a good job of having it not be a 10-8 round. There's something to be said about that. Like, there is something impressive about, like, while you're being dominated, not just getting fully dumpstered. Like, there's a lot of times where fighters do, like, just enough to not have a 10-8 round. 10-8 rounds are huge. 10-8 rounds, like, you should have won, but it ends in a draw. You should have won, but it ends in a loss. Like, 10-8 is huge. Coming back for the second round, through the preview of next week's UFC 266. I will be doing this again for those who are watching the live reaction on YouTube or watching it right now. I will be doing this again, but for the pay-per-view, and it will be this exact same format. And I will not put video in my video because there's a copyright issue with that. So, Lipski is still coming out very aggressive in this round. Bohm looks a little more comfortable, but Lipski's looking like she's just trying to find the right spot. I think Lipski's got to shoot for another takedown. Maybe she is thinking about it and she's just trying to set it up. But she seems like she's cool with just keeping it on the feet. Just keeping it standing. Every time Bone tries to close the gap, though, Lipski does a great job of keeping her out. Which is pretty wild, because you wouldn't think like the one with the reach advantage would be the one trying to close the gap. But Bone is trying to close the gap a lot. Ooh, I think like she felt that right hand. For sure. I just can't stop watching Mark Smith. I don't know what it is. He's just such an interesting fella. Like, Herb Dean's like cool and chill. Like, maybe Mark Smith is, but maybe he's not. Maybe he's not like that chill. I don't know. He's a funny guy. Ooh, it's a good right from Bone. Really weird. Like, they came out so aggressive, and a lot of times women fight. Like, the earlier fight we had between the two girls was very close and very, like, hectic the whole time. And a lot of times women fighters, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's usually, like, women, like, I think the biggest women's division is 135, right? So it's, like, it's 125 and 115 pounders, like, it's usually pretty hectic and pretty crazy. This started that way, but it's really slowed down. But it's still at a good pace. Just like compared to the way it started, it's not. This is a really whack leg kick, or head kick, excuse me. Like, why would you do something like a head kick halfway? Like, that's never going to work halfway. Like, you can halfway punch someone and it kind of hurts them because it's quick. You can't really do that with a head kick. You can't just, like, kind of throw a head kick. Like, you have to commit to that. There's like hip movements and, like, there's just a lot. Like, you don't want to halfway throw anyway with anything, right, in a fight, but you definitely don't want to halfway throw a leg. Oh, spinning back, and then she fell over. And now she's just taking a bunch of knees. Well, she's blocking them actually really well. Good technique on blocking the knees. That's interesting. I'll keep that in mind if I ever get in a fight. I feel like I've never seen that. Usually people just protect their face, but she was doing something different. I feel like this round has gone to Lipski, but I definitely think that this could have gone either way. But I definitely gave the first round to Lipski, And I think like Lipski's done enough. And we'll see what she does in this last minute here, but I think like Lipski's done enough to win this round. Oh my goodness, they both just exchanged. This they like both loaded up a straight right. And it both hit at the same time. And I don't know how that managed to happen. I just wish Bone used her reach advantage more, but Lipski has landed the body a lot. Bone just checked the clock. I hate when fighters check the clock. Oh, she's just rushing. Oh! Should not have been doing that. Oh, no. Oh, girl. Oh, you made a mistake. You made a mistake. Well, that's 2-0 for sure. Like, I think that was a really good display of like the gap of talent that Bone has faced versus who is she facing right now. Like, she's not used to this level of experience. So she's used to that barrage winning her fights. But that's not going to work at this level. At least in that form. That barrage, that energy probably will, but with a different like technique behind it than just like running in like a mad dog. She keeps throwing like a left head kick, and it looks like if it lands, it might hurt, but like she just keeps missing it. Like, I don't know. It's like it's not even close. It's like it's like it's not like getting blocked or getting checked or just barely missing. It's like, ooh. It's like you can like see the amount of space between Lipski's head and Bone's foot. Boom. Boom? Boom? I don't know. I've been saying boom the whole time. I'm going to say boom. Oh, the flying knee to the body. She's a wild one. Like she's doing a spinning back fist. She keeps throwing that head kick I was talking about. She, at the last, like the end of the last round, she just went in for absolutely no reason with reckless abandonment. And like that's why she lost the last round. She got caught in the way in. And that's just like, and now because she knows she's down 2-0, she's doing this whole round like that. This is getting crazy. She is definitely swinging for the fences. And Lipski is doing such a good job of keeping her at bay. Like Lipski is doing such a good job of like shots to the body, shots to the body, kick to the body, shots to the head. Like right now, Lipski's just out fighting her. Like she's making this more of a technical fight, where Bohm just kind of looks like she wants to make it a brawl. Oh, she's put her hands down. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's going for the body. Bohm has looked more and more comfortable each round, which is weird because she's been losing the rounds. So you'd think it'd go the opposite direction. She looks super comfortable this round, but she's got to finish it. She's not going to win the decision. I mean, she might. Crazy things have happened. I don't usually get, like, I think, like, in the history I've been watching the UFC. Oh! She's still defending herself. I'm usually not wrong with my decision counts. Like since I've been watching the UFC for like 10 years. I haven't like been like that's a confusing decision like almost ever. I just have good. I swear I should be a judge. I legitimately think I should be a judge. And if I don't if this doesn't happen, or I mean, I'll do both. I'll do this a YouTube thing and I'll be a judge. I could be like an honorary judge of like a Triller fight. I should do that. Bohm doing another excellent job of not having it be a 10-8 round. I want Bohm to win this fight. I wanted her to win the fight with leg kicks from the ground so bad. Shot for a takedown? What is she doing? What? She shot immediately. Why did she? Oh, she's just trying to get out. She's just trying to get out of there. She just checked the clock. She just checked the clock. She's just trying to get to the end. I think she gets to the end here. Maybe. I mean, there's 30 seconds to go. Yeah, she gets to the end here. Let's see one more Hail Mary. Let's see one more home run swing. Throw a big one. There you go. Big one. Throw it. Throw the knee. Throw the knee. Throw the knee. Come on. No, oh, you both threw a knee. Yeah, Lipsky won that for sure. I'm not tweeting what the score was. That's 100% a 30-27 if I've ever seen one. Like Queen of Violence feels a little overzealous. Like I'm not trying to be rude, but like there are better female fighters in the like Thug Rose is the Queen of Violence. Wangzhe Li, Misha Tate, Holly Holm, Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko, Jessica Andrade, Lauren Murphy. Like the list goes honestly on and on. We get to watch the super exciting light heavyweight division up next. I'm gonna be honest, super surprised Bohm made it out of there alive. Look at her. She's so red. She's so red. Her name is Queen of Violence. Her name is. Why did no one say that to me? I like how they have the same guy doing the. They have the same guy doing the translation. Like Brazilians are just on a completely different level. Like even like the worst Brazilian fighter is better than like most countries' best fighters. like, like they just breed them differently down there. Like I don't know what is going on in Brazil. They're like the FBI or somebody. Like what's the British one of that? MIA? No, it's Miami. What is Interpol? Oh, that's just their police. What is British CIA? CIS? MI6. MI6. We need to get like the FBI or like MI6 into Brazil to figure out why almost like every single person that comes out of that country is an amazing fighter. I think the issue with this card, because I think a lot of people agree this is not that great of a fight card. Like even for a fight night, like there's been some fight nights that have been actually kind of exciting. Then there have been then there's fight nights like this where it's like not as exciting. And I think the reason why it's not that exciting is simply because it's the light heavyweight division. And so, like, to the fighting community, like, these fights are exciting because it lets us know, more about who is going, where people stand in the light heavyweight division and different things like that. But, like, overall, this is an inconsequential fight. Like, I don't really see Devin Clark or Ian Kutalaba. Butchered that. I don't really see either of them fighting for a title ever in their career, which is fine. Which is fine. I'm also never gonna fight for a title in my UFC career, which I don't have. Like there's going to there's people who never become ranked. There's people who never enter the top 5. There's people who never get a shot at the title. There's people who never win a title. Then there's people who win titles. There's people who never defend their titles. There's people who never defend their titles more than twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5. And the list goes on and on and on and on until we reach a spot where literally no one has ever done a certain thing. Right? And the way that works too is like the further and further you go, like I think John Jones has 14 title defenses, and I think that's the record. Him or GSP has the record. Like 14 or 15. Like no one has 20 title defenses. A few fighters have 10. A few more have 5. A few more have 4, 3, 2, 1. A few more fighters have gotten there but never won a title. A few more fighters have been in the top 5 but never gotten a title shot. A few more fighters have been ranked but never got to the top 5. Not even there. And then a few more fighters, even more fighters, have never been ranked. These guys, co-main events, will probably peak at like top 5. Best case scenario. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's just the way it is sometimes. It's not me being a hater. It's just me being realistic. But this division's wide open. Like Jan Blachowicz looked really good against Adesanya. If he looks good against Glover Teixeira, we'll see. We'll see. We still got to see what Jury looks like. We still got to see what Ryan Spann looks like tonight. But while on the one hand, I don't really see Ian. What is this guy's name? Ian Kutalaba or Devin Clark fighting for a title ever. They're not that far away. They're probably the closest that any other like fighter that's like that would be. Like, I don't think either of these fighters are ranked. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, neither of these fighters are ranked right now. To my knowledge. Yeah. Neither of them are ranked. Most divisions unranked fighters are nowhere near a title shot. But because they're in light heavyweight, these two guys are very close. Not very close, but they're close. As far as the tail tape, Devin Clark, they both weigh at 205. Actually, Devin Clark's 206. Reach is the same. Ian has a foot. Excuse me, he has an inch. It's completely different on him, so it's not a big advantage there. Ian lands more powerful, significant strikes. Devin Clark is significantly more accurate, landing 73%. I rounded up of his significant strikes. No, Devin does not like to take down. Doesn't shoot a lot. Ian shoots more and he's more accurate, landing on about 57% of his takedowns. Devin gets about 37%. So probably would be wise for Ian, who just did this for some reason. Okay. Probably be wise for Ian to try to take him down. Keith Peterson. I love Keith Peterson. Keith Peterson is like, he's just a dope guy. He just sits back there. I think it's because he reminds me of my church's pastor. I'm not sure. This is more tattoos, though. And my church's pastor is a pastor, not a referee of the UFC. This is a completely different change. This is so different from watching, like, Devin Clark got the takedown. Devin Clark runs across the octagon, shoots, and gets a takedown. And now he just lifted up Kutabala. Ian? We're calling him Ian. Oh, he was looking for it. He forgot, like, it's 205. I was just going to say they look like a lot bigger. That's all I was going to say. I was just talking utter nonsense. Like, this is a great start for Devin Clark. I don't think Ian was ready for a shot that early. And now Ian did pop right back up. But I would say it was a takedown. I would say it was a takedown. Takedown didn't do anything with it. I would say Devin Clark got the takedown there. That's what I'm saying. If I was judging. And I should judge. Okay. Good elbow on the way out, but it didn't land. Ian just threw the wildest leg kick of the night. Or it was a body kick, excuse me. It was a body kick because Devin Clark just threw a leg kick. It was a body kick. It was almost a leg, though. It wasn't very accurate. So slowed down a little bit since a pretty crazy start. Both fighters are just trying to feel each other out because both fighters have felt a pretty good shot from both fighters at this point. With Ian, Devin Clark went straight for the head. That just barely missed. It looks like because huge left from Devin, huge head kick as well. It might just miss. It may have just missed, or it may have just barely landed type thing. Devin is definitely living up to that 72%. 72% significant strike accuracy. He's definitely been living up to that. Good knee though to the body from Ian. Actually it's been a pretty active fight. Even though it's slowed down, it's still been a pretty active fight so far. Devin Clark's been throwing a lot of leg kicks there. Just tagging him, remind him not to get too close. It's pretty solid. Ian's definitely kind of fighting a little home runish. Oh! And he just knocked it out of the park. Oh my gosh. He survived? No, man. He survived? What? And he got a takedown. Takedown for Ian there. Oh my goodness. He's landing a lot of shots. He's holding on to the arm to stop the rear naked choke. I hope that's the right Devin Clark. What's going on? Oh, he just stood up. I have to make sure that's the right Devin Clark. It is not. That was crazy. He got another takedown, so Devin Clark definitely started the wait. Wait, it might be over soon. Peterson is in there too. He's in there like swimmer. He got both his hands up and he's straddling him. He's standing up. Oh my gosh. And he just turned around and just got him into the clinch. Another takedown for Ian. I think that's three. Is that three takedowns? Oh, he's throwing fists from the bottom. He's dying on his shield. Yes, let him die on his shield. And he survives. Survives the round. What an intense fight. Let me see this again. It's pure adrenaline. How do you spell adrenaline? Adrenaline. I'm trying to rewatch this. I think it was just like clipped in the right kind of way. If he can recover, he can win. Ian, used a lot of energy trying to finish the fight. Devin used a lot of energy trying not to get finished, though. So. Devin Clark had a lot of good moments, though, in that first round. Even though he lost that, he had a lot of good moments in that first round. And Ian is still just throwing the haymakers. I don't think it was a 10-8. A lot of people are saying it was a 10-8. 10-8. I wouldn't have done it at 10-8. If I was a judge, and I should be a judge, I wouldn't have done it at 10-8. But usually 10-8 means like the ref should have stopped it, and he didn't. You could argue he could have stopped it there. I just thought Devin had some good moments. Ian just had the biggest moment. I don't know. It was pretty close to a 10-8. It was very, very close. It was definitely the closest to a 10-8 I've seen. If it's not a 10-8, it's definitely very close. Ian with another takedown. He did have 3 takedowns as well. Ian's just kind of laying on him. He got the takedown, but he's just kind of laying on him here. But I think he's just kind of getting to the right position because Devin Clark does have really. He's just kind of there. Actually, he's in full mount. He has his arms though. Oh no, no, he no longer has his arms. He no longer has his arms. He is just laying elbows. Jeez. It's Cutelaba. That's what I was saying though too. Goodness gracious. So he's working him back down. He was trying to work his way out from the bottom, from underneath his legs. It's not working at all. He's just smothering him with his own hands. It's really that is mentally demoralizing, I feel like. So this has been a fun 3 minutes for Devin Clark. He's just been kind of sitting down here in the bottom, and there's not really a whole lot he can really do. Like Ian is in a very solid top mount position. This is literally just, can he get out of it? Oh, he got out of it. Good burst. He got out of it. Threw a couple of shots there at Ian, and like Devin Clark has shown good toughness. But he's been kind of just getting bodied here so far. He just threw a spinning back head kick. And Ian is going right down for another takedown attempt. Good defense by Devin Clark so far. Good knee by Ian. I mean, Ian looks tired. He doesn't look more tired, though. Like, he looks tired for sure, but I don't think he looks more tired. He's got one leg. I think if he waits a little bit, like 10, 20 seconds, makes one big push for another takedown, he'll get one in the last 30 seconds. Devin Clark is bleeding now as well. And he got it. Yep, he got it. He got the takedown. Got it in a pretty weird looking way too, though. But whatever works. He tripped him. He tripped his left leg. Ian tripped his left leg with his own left leg, and then pulled himself back, and then threw himself back on top. And you could tell that the technique didn't work super well because it was just like it took him down, and now they're back in the clinch again. That could have been 10-8 too. It honestly could be 20-16. Pretty wild though. So he's staying out there after the doctor said not to. Why did he just shoot for a takedown? Was that why? Just to, like, let him know that I could look like I'm about to take you down too. Like, he has to know, like, there's absolutely no, like, even if I'm Ian, I guess Ian's a little tired, but like if I'm Ian, you might even just like let yourself be taken down because you know you're gonna be able to flip it. That was wild. That was wild. That was pure wrestling. I don't know why Devin Clark just shot for 2 takedowns. Like, if I was to tell you going into this round that within the first minute Devin Clark was going to shoot twice, you would have told me I'm crazy. You'd be like, no, he has to keep the fight standing because every time they go to the ground, he gets pummeled. I'd be like, yeah, but it's going to happen. And here he is again, getting pummeled. Oh, he flipped it. Oh, almost. Got out. Almost got out. He's out. They're still in the clinch, though. Devin's back up on the cage. He's throwing a couple of good knees here. Both fighters are pretty tired. So that could be to Devin Clark's advantage because he obviously needs a finisher. He obviously needs... That was a wild takedown attempt. I don't know why he keeps trying to get to the ground. Like, why do you think you would have success? You would win this fight if it went to the ground. Spinning back fist was wild. Ian stuffed another takedown. That's 4. That was 4 takedown attempts in the first 2 minutes of this fight, of this round, for some reason, for Devin Clark, who has been taken down 6 times out of 8 attempts from Ian. And out of his 5 attempts on Ian, he has yet to have a successful takedown. Seven of 10. He's holding his foot down at his ankle. That cannot possibly be comfortable. How is he so flexible? That's actually kind of impressive how flexible Devin Clark is. This is a wild position. This is like one of those like memes. Like, this is where they walk in. Like, you're watching the UFC and this is the moment they walk in on. Like, this is what we got going on right now. Ian's back in full mount. I think Ian definitely slips into the top 15 here. I think for sure. This is a very impressive win. We got a minute and 32 seconds left. I don't see Devin Clark doing much of anything. He looks defeated. He's staring right into the camera that we're watching him too. Like, you can see the look of defeat just on his face. Like, oh, he got back up. He threw it right. A minute left. He threw a kick, huge head kick. Ian shot for takedown, didn't get it. Devin flipped it, and now he is on top. And now Ian is holding him down. And Devin Clark is definitely... I think Ian should want to get... And I think Ian should just kind of want to keep this fight here for 40 seconds. If this fight gets standing back up, it's kind of over. I don't think... But the problem with Devin Clark is this is what he's been trying to do the entire fight. It's not gonna, yeah. It's a good ending. Really good show sign of toughness. Oh! Oh, he's throwing some crazy ones. Ian's just hanging on. Gets another takedown. I don't like when fights end like that, though. My thing is, okay, like I get you want to end the fight strong, but I get you want to end the fight strong. But like if you had that much energy in you and you had used it earlier, you wouldn't have to end the fight like that. This was obviously Ian. Yeah, Ian Loki kind of looked like he's just kind of survived there, but it was really just like a really tough fight. It was a really tough fight from Devin Clark. Devin Clark showed a lot of heart, but alas. And now is the time of the stream, as is tradition, or my cat appears on the stream. It's good timing on E. Is up next. Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. Super exciting fight. Not really, but it is an exciting fight. Not super exciting, but an exciting because of the implications. Anthony Smith wins and probably sneaks his way back into the top 5. Stays relevant in the division. Ryan Spann wins, and we might have a new contender in the light heavyweight division. I picked Ryan Spann in hopes of that happening, in hopes of the light heavyweight division. Because, okay, Anthony Smith, one of his key losses is to John Jones. And the more, like Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes and Glover Teixeira, the more fighters you have in the UFC who have fought and lost to or fought and almost beat John Jones, because everybody that John Jones has fought has lost to him. The more fighters you have that's still in the light heavyweight division, the more his memory lives on. It's like Coco, right? Whereas these two guys right here, for example, Ian and Devin Clark, neither of them have fought John Jones. That's what the light heavyweight division needs. It needs fighters who like have only been in the UFC since John Jones has not been a light heavyweight. Which, as time goes on, we get more and more fighters like that. I think Ryan Spann has been in the light heavyweight division since John Jones has not been in the light heavyweight division. Right? We'll look at the teletape real quick. Ryan Spann has 1 inch reach advantage, 1 inch height advantage, 3 inch reach advantage, and a pound heavier. Gotta watch out for that pound. He lands stronger strikes. Anthony Smith's a little bit more accurate. He's not at all good at taking people down, Anthony Smith, and he doesn't shoot a lot either, so that's not that good. Ryan Spann's a little better. Ryan Spann, both, like I said in the prediction video, both fighters have shown abilities on the feet, as well as I apologize, I don't speak Spanish that well. Actually, I could probably look this up. Aluta vai começar. I can do this. A luta vai começar. There it is. Maybe, is that Spanish? Maybe it's Munoz. Copy. They're doing the promo right now again. The fight will start. When will the fight start? I think in like a minute, like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm not 100% sure. This is just the my reaction to it as well. Because they're doing the promo for it right now. Usually it's like promo, walkout, fight start. Promos are usually like a minute to 2 minutes long. I think it's like a minute per fighter, like a minute and a half. So I'd say like 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes for the fight to start. But yeah, like I said in my prediction video, both these fighters have abilities to go down, to like take the fight to the ground. Both fighters have abilities to keep the fight standing. Both fighters lead towards keeping the fight standing. Right, so Anthony Smith too is really big on being a very smart fighter as well as being a very solid fighter. And Ryan Spann is just kind of like, he was just on the Dana White Contender Series. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, he's an up and comer, he's a rising star, he's Dana's guy. He has one big win over one of the best in the light heavyweight division from like 5 years ago. But we'll see. We'll see what this looks like. Like I said, like this is two guys at two completely different spots in their career. I think Ryan Spann's coming up next. Yep, Ryan Spann's the first guy. I wonder what song he's coming out to actually first.
Opportunity for Ryan Superman Spann. He can find himself inside the top 10.
I couldn't really tell. I don't know. I don't recognize the song. I probably would Google it. What fight he walks out to. Anthony Smith probably walked out to some like Bodies by Drowning Pool or like Last Resort by Papa Roach. Like some like really old song. Bro, why is it in this breakdown they don't say the age? I mean, they say the amount of fights. Anthony Smith has 16 just losses, 35 wins. So he's more than double wins than he has losses. But he has 16 less losses than, or excuse me, he has, I'm trying to do the math here, 9 less losses than Ryan Spann has fights. Ryan Spann is 19-6. Anthony Smith has more wins than Ryan Spann has fights. Anthony Smith also almost has more losses than Ryan Spann has fights. So it's exciting. It's just going to be about, can Ryan Spann last that long? Can Ryan Spann finish him early? It's really, actually, I did that in the wrong order. Can Ryan Spann last that long, or can he finish from early if he's not able? Okay, I'm doing it wrong. Can Ryan Spann finish it early, or can he last long if not? And I think he can last long, but 8 of his fights have gone out in the second round. Like, I talked about it, yesterday in my prediction video. Everybody does the Rashad Evans crawl up. Oh, and he sits like him too. I kind of like that. I miss Rashad Evans. He was a cool guy. What is... Alright. I'm going to do the Spann. See. What song is this? Return of the Mac. He comes out to Return of the Mac. Somehow, I said two songs that are almost 20 years old, and he comes out to a song that is older. How old is Return of the Mac? Return of the Mac is probably older. How old is Return of the Mac? $1996. That's not that old. It's not as old as I thought. I thought it was. I thought it was the '80s. I guess it sounds like a '90s song. The more I think about it, it's still 25 years old. How old is Ryan Spann? I swear Ryan Spann is younger than that. I swear Ryan. And they're about to show me, so I could just wait. And I just did a video about who Ryan Spann even is, so I really should know this. But that's okay. He's 30. He's 5 years old when that song came out. I mean, Anthony Smith is like 35. Like their age gap isn't that big. Like this isn't that big of a like inexperienced fighter versus experienced fighter. This is a big fight. This is a big fight for Anthony Smith. Anthony Smith officially becomes a journeyman if he loses this Lionheart. Oh yes, he's 33-30. Like they're not like he's not that young and he's not that old. It just looks like it because Anthony Smith has over 50 fights and Ryan Spann has 25 on the dot. Herb Dean back in the action. That man gets paid more than all the fighters. I swear Herb Dean makes the most money in the UFC. This is gonna be probably a big moment. It's a probably. Like I said, probably. Might not be. Might not be a big moment. It might be just like a really boring 5-round fight where Anthony Smith wins. Who knows? It might be a really boring 5-round fight where Ryan Spann wins. I feel like that's just as whack. I could be wrong though. This was the thing I was concerned about for Ryan Spann. Would the moment be too big? Like I understand it's the Apex. And it's not a big crowd. It's still a main event though. Right? And there's still a lot on the line here, regardless of who's watching. Right? Like, regardless of who's watching, 15 people in the stands. I think there's like 30 people in the Apex, maybe 50. Regardless of who's watching, this is a huge fight for Ryan Spann. This is the biggest fight of his career. This is like Anthony Smith's like 14th biggest fight. Right? And there's just so many things that Anthony Smith brings to the table that I'm curious to see how Ryan Spann's going to handle. But if Ryan Spann's able to take care of this, it almost kind of feels like it's like Blachowicz, Yuri, sorry, it's Shira, but it's Blachowicz, Yuri, Spann. Right? Because it's Thiago Santos. Is it Reyes? This division's a little bit wide open if you look at it. But we'll see. Herb Dean's telling them to be nice to each other and abide by the rules. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. And they touch gloves. And here we go. Scheduled for 5 rounds. And we'll see how it goes. And here it comes. Spann put his hand up for the high five, and Smith didn't accept it. I don't like that. I don't like when fighters do that. Like, if both fighters agree not to do the hand touch thing, then that's fine. But if one fighter throws it up there and the other fighter doesn't go for it, F that other fighter. See, I knew I liked Ryan Spann. Really slow start for Ryan Spann. I thought he was going to come out pretty hot. I mean, it's only been 30 seconds, but, like, this, like, feeling out phase and seeing how, like, each fighter's going to be does not favor Ryan Spann at all in any way, shape, or form. He definitely needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He doesn't. Whoa! Good left, and he's got the take. Did he carry him to his own corner? What is he doing? Bro. Oh, he's going for the choke. He doesn't have it. I think Smith rocked him and he landed on top of him. That's why you don't mess with a guy like Anthony Smith. He lifted him in the air and he didn't slam him. And then he set him down. What? Or what are you doing? Who do you think you're fighting? Oh, he got out of it. Oh, good knee. This has actually been kind of a wild start. But this doesn't favor Ryan Spann at all. This isn't... The longer this fight goes, the more Anthony Smith is favored. That was a submission attempt, though. I bet that there'd be a submission attempt. Or I did it in the daily free pools on DraftKings. That was definitely a submission attempt. And that better count as one, too. In the daily free pools, I said Anthony Smith wins via decision. Oh! I don't know if... Oh! Man, there's exchanging like crazy. Spann has got to keep his hands up. Spann has got to keep his hands up. It might be over. It might actually not matter anymore. Spann is just literally throwing with reckless abandonment. Oh, man. And Anthony Smith's a commentator, so he knows not to throw a knee here. Like, he knows that Jan lost because of a knee. He knew not to throw an illegal knee there. Like, some guys like are just in the UFC and they don't know what's exactly going on. Anthony Smith is not one of those guys. This is the exact opposite start that Ryan Spann wanted. Like, not only did Ryan Spann not want to not just dominate him in the first round, but, like, Ryan Spann really needed to, like, didn't want Anthony Smith to, like, get any traction. Oh, that's in there tight. Yeah. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. Oh, and he's talking trash. Oh, and he's talking trash. Bro, Ryan needs to stop talking before he hurts himself. Security just stormed in. Bro, you just got embarrassed. Bro, stop. Bro, stop before you get yeeted by security. Alright, they were just trying to shake each other's hand. Yes, because he just got embarrassed. I don't know, man. Just so many. Ryan just got absolutely outclassed. He got absolutely like 3 or 4 different times. 3 or 4 different times, Ryan Spann looked like he was in the wrong arena. I don't know. I don't usually do a video on Sundays, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do a video tomorrow about the Dana White Contender Series because this was an utter embarrassment, and it was because of the Dana White Contender Series. This is what happens when you just have a guy in the Dana White Contender Series and you're trying to push him and 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 push him, and he ends up fighting somebody that he should not have been in there with. He should not have been in there with Anthony Smith. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for reviewing it. Thanks for watching the video after the fight. Make sure you click that subscribe button and that like button to show your support for the channel. Most importantly of all, have a good night.